Hey everybody, welcome back to Hardworking Man. This episode is proudly sponsored by Hardworking Man. That's right, I spent some more money. This is something I've wanted for years, and one came up on Facebook Marketplace that I just couldn't not buy. It's not only a way to save money, increase the longevity of vehicles and equipment that I own, but it's possibly a way to add an additional income stream, and I'm trying to get my boys to run with it. Now, here is a hint. That came from testing it out. If anyone thinks they know what that is, drop it in the comments down below. You're gonna find out soon enough. No, it's not the trailer mover, anything to do with the tractor really, but that is something I need to sell, and this new item, this new piece of equipment is gonna help me get more money for that. Like I said, I've wanted one of these for years, but man, they're expensive. It's a heated power washer. This is commercial grade. It's Aladdin, or Ala-Adin, as I've been told it's pronounced. I bet a lot of you didn't know that, even though I say asphalt wrong and a bunch of other things wrong, like Sawzall and whatever, but Ala-Adin, or Aladdin, as most people say. It's a 13 horsepower Honda GX390. It is supposed to be a 3.7, I believe, gallon per minute, but it actually came with a cat pump, 3.5 gallons per minute and 3,400 PSI. It's adjustable, it heats up hot. That mark on my arm is actually a burn mark from the quick connect going into the wand. So this came just with the wand, the hose, and the unit. It's diesel or kerosene fueled. I'll fuel it with diesel. I did add this, it's a pressure and temperature gauge, and I bought a couple other things to get into power washing, soft washing, downstreaming. I mean, it's a whole new world from firewood and whatever. But today, we're gonna use it to clean the deck on this Big Tex trailer. I've been meaning to sell this for over 6 months, close to a year now, because I got the N&N galvanized trailer, because this gooseneck, I mean, any of the steel trailers here in Michigan, they just rust. And having a power washer like this will help me be able to defeat that rust by getting the salt off them, etc. But with the N&N galvanized, you don't really have to worry about it. So this is getting cleaned up. The 2013 dually's gonna get cleaned up. Both of these are going to auction next week. I've sold a few things. I'm making good on my promises, but we all know when something looks better, it sells better. So let's make this thing look better. Now, if any of you watch Everything Elliott, we are sort of in a competition right now. It's an unannounced friendly competition with who can come up with the next coolest thing. He got a mini excavator. That's awesome. Huge, huge win for him, because I got a backhoe for my tractor. Still cool, I did a lot with it, but the Mini X is huge. He also got a Baumalite mini skid steer, which those are all right. I think there's a lot better brands out there, but that one's cool, and no, they're doing the whole marketing thing, which is cool. Now, he has the Hotsy, which I don't know, Hotsy versus Aladdin, I don't know which one's better, but he has a real nice setup. He's got the real walk behind surface cleaner. I bought a small one here, which is what I'm gonna use today. It's off Amazon, you just hook your wand into it. So he's probably got me there. I'm also gonna be using this today. We're gonna check it out. Not sponsored by him or anything. I thought, you know what, I gotta clean wood. I don't think I'm gonna use heat, because I don't know that heat's the best for wood. If anyone that power washes out there knows, let me know. I know it's good for oil and grease and all of that, so cleaning equipment, cleaning driveways. The nice thing about a heated power washer is you can use it with the heat or without, so we're gonna try it without today. We'll get this applied and see how it does. So if you wanna learn how this stuff works, we're gonna find out together. He also just got something else new, but I've got a few new things that I'm coming up with as well. And some of them I'm building and or modifying myself, and I think they're gonna be sweet, so you guys aren't gonna wanna miss it. Now, I am by no means a power washing expert, but I do know one thing. Before you fire up the engine, you wanna have water running through your pump. So I'm going to get the water turned on, I'm going to get the hoses bled out, and then we'll fire up the old Honda. It's also electric start, which is cool. Now I got a couple O-rings I need to change on this. You can see it's dripping there. It's just an O-ring inside here that'll have to get changed. Throw the choke on, gas is on. These boards I had to replace. Some of them were probably still good enough, but when you're gonna sell it, you don't want it looking like that. So let's see how well we can bring these old boards back. Now when it comes to power washers, a lot of people are like, why would I need a bigger one or a commercial one? What's the difference? A lot of people think, oh, mine's 3,000 PSI. It's the gallons per minute that matters. I've had for 20 years a Karcher. It's like 2,400 PSI and like 2 gallons per minute. 3.5 gallons per minute is probably the very low end of a commercial grade unit. They go up to 10 and maybe even higher, but 10 is the highest I've seen going down the rabbit hole of power washing, pressure washing, and man, it's a whole nother world if you guys haven't checked it out. I'll bring you along with our journey, sharing the basics, what we've learned, I guess different ways to operate it, different ways to clean, different methods to clean different things. But if you want to learn a lot, there's so many channels out there that can share all of the ins and outs, and I've been watching them like crazy to learn how to get the most out of my machine. So right now I've got the green tip in there, which is a 25-degree tip. I might switch to the 40 initially because we just want to get some of the large debris off this deck and get it wetted down before we apply the cleaner and let it dwell or sit, soak, whatever you want to call it. I also currently have the pressure down to about 1,000 PSI. You do not want to blast wood because you'll ruin it. I could put the 0 PSI tip on, turn the PSI up and literally cut this wood with it. You don't want to do that. What do you guys think? Is this gonna come out looking decent? Or is it gonna just be trash when I'm done? I know we ain't gonna get the boards to match, but I know we can make it a lot better than it is. Well, I don't know, but I sure do hope we can. Plus on another hot day, man, when this water sprays back on me without that burner on, it does feel good. All right, we're gonna do this trailer 1/2 at a time because you don't want that cleaner to get on there and dry. You want to wet your surface, get the cleaner on, let it sit for, we're going to say about 5 minutes, and then we'll hit it with that surface cleaner and see what we can do. Now when I run the surface cleaner, that has two 40-degree tips in it, so I'm going to turn the pressure up to around 3,000 psi because it shouldn't damage the wood, and we'll get a better clean, I believe. I have never used this thing. I just bought it off Amazon based on reviews and looking for one that could take a heated power washer, because not all attachments are made for that heat. So this cleaner here, I just got it off Amazon. It says mix it at 20-1. So we're gonna do a half gallon, 64 ounces, about 3.5 ounces of the cleaner. I just have a regular pump up garden sprayer here that I was gonna use for something else. So I'll get it put together, get the mix in there, and get to coating this trailer. I'll give you any measurements on this jug, which I think is odd, and I don't have a measuring cup for this type of thing yet, so I'm gonna have to get one of those. But for now, I'm going to put just over 3 ounces by the calibrated eye in there. Fill it the rest of the way, well, halfway up with water, and we'll be good to go. It's been one of those days. My mic receiver died, so I don't know what of that you got or didn't, so I'm gonna have to check it out. But I just realized I never even told you guys what I paid for this thing. If you've looked at heated power washers, for a decent one, they're at least $5 grand, I would say. I got this thing for $1,700 off Facebook Marketplace, so I couldn't not buy it, right? I mean, yeah, I'm supposed to do Rachel's Kitchen, and that will get done, I promise. I have the plans for that. But in the meantime, I gotta keep getting, I guess, possible streams of side income coming in. All right, enough talk. That's been sitting for long enough. Let's go. because I'm the hard-working man and I like testing stuff, I did the front half of the trailer with that Oxy cleaner, and now the back half I'm doing with just water, cold water, not hot. I'll let it dry, then we'll compare. Then maybe I'll hit the back with hot and see what that does. See if there's any difference between the front part that I used the cleaner on, the back part that was no cleaner and cold water, and the middle part that's going to be some cleaner and hot water. Now that one board there is different. Maybe that's an original board and the rest were replaced. I don't know. Sunday morning 8 a.m. video. And tomorrow morning, there'll be an 8 a.m. video. Then Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, that's the goal. Every Friday video is going to be featuring Rachel, and she'll also be in some of the other videos, but Friday is Rachel's day. Michigan summer, go home, you're drunk. I went inside, made some wood-fired pizzas on the Masterbuilt Gravity Series grill, letting the trailer dry. Everything's outside, the tools are outside, the power washer, I threw a tarp on it. Thunderstorm. All right, it's the next day. I just got back from baseball and I'm heading to work, but I wanted to show this trailer now that it's dried. And wow, what a transformation. That is so much nicer than I expected. Now this back part I did just with cold water and the pressure washer. This middle part was hot water. It even lightened up that old oak quite a bit. And then the front was the cleaner and cold water. I would say the front is slightly cleaner, but not worth spending the money on that stuff for this application. We'll try that power washer and different cleaners over time on different projects. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.